Along with Ashley Adamson and Nick Galliotti, Mike Yam with you. And it was a stellar performance from Washington State's Luke Falk against Nevada Saturday. His season numbers, they are impressive, continuing to climb up those record books. He's already passed Matt Leinart for the third most touchdowns in league history. Needs one more 400-yard passing game to tie Connor Halliday for the most in school history. Something tells me he's going to get it. I don't know if it happens, though, on Friday night against USC. You tell me, what are the Trojans going to do defensively to make sure that Luke doesn't get to that 400 or even 300 mark?
Well, I'll tell you what, 77% completions?
Yeah.
That's unheard of in baseball.
Throwing it like
in baseball, if you do something well 3 out of 10 times, you're outstanding.
Good, yeah.
So what's SC going to do? I think to combat Falk and his football acumen as a quarterback, they must disguise coverages, give them pre-snap looks, then move to something else. I think they need to change fronts. They need to move people around, stem and things like that. I think they need to do a lot of things and change up the number of coverages that they use, because you can't just do one thing against Luke Falk and Mike Leach. They'll catch on. You need to play multiple coverages and give them pre-snap looks that aren't exactly what the post-snap look is.
So on the flip side of that, so when Sam Darnold and the Trojans have the ball, Coach, and maybe some of what you just said speaks to that as well. Washington State's defense, they're number one in the conference in terms of yards given up. They're only giving up 260 yards per game. They haven't played anyone like USC yet, of course.
I'm glad you said that.
You've made that point several times. But if you're Sam Darnold, how do you attack their defense?
Well, if I'm SC and Sam Darnold right now, they're going to have to throw it a little bit, but as I see Washington State right now, they're an undersized line, and I would go right at them. Okay, what Washington State does a lot, if you watch the video here, is you see the three guys highlighted. They will stem, which means they'll move from one front look to another front look to try to get you to jump off sides like Boise State did here. Watch them again. Three guys are lined up in a defensive front look. Okay, when they move, those gaps change, and that creates confusion oftentimes for the offensive line in run blocking and in pass protection. But you don't allow, which has been a great weapon for Washington State because they're undersized and they're using that as part of their defensive plan. It's not their whole plan, but they're utilizing that to their advantage. What will benefit USC, because Washington State is undersized, is to run right at them. And if you don't let them be able to stem, there shouldn't be much confusion. And how do you stop them from stemming? That was stemming, what we just showed you. For those out there that might not understand, is go on the first sound. And if you go on the first sound, because generally a linebacker says move, once you get lined up with the line, then they stem, and then that creates confusion. Go on the first sound.
So I think this all boils down to the fact that it is going to be rocking at Martin Stadium on Friday night. Fair to say?
I think it's going to be rocking. I'll tell you what, in every category, offensively and defensively, Washington State is ahead of SC. So it'll be interesting.
We'll know a lot more about Washington State, certainly, after Friday night. Coach Galliotti, thanks as always. Great to see you.
Thank you very much.